Hey, this is Sasha. Thanks for joining me in today's video. And what I want to share with you today are the 3 ways that you can monetize your blog. So stay tuned. All right, so a lot of people that look into blog monetization, they're looking at, 72 different ways that they can do it. They're downloading all these PDFs and insights. And really, if you stick to the basics, you stick to the core, there's just really 3 main ways that you can monetize your blog. If you think of this from the foundational concepts, it's really simple. So let me share with you these insights. So number 1, if you go ahead and think about blog monetization, it is advertising and sponsorships. That's really where most people start out from. They go ahead and say, hey, well, I want to go ahead and I've got my blog, so I'll go ahead and get Google ads or ad sponsorships. It's kind of like putting the sidebars on your website there. When you go ahead and put those sidebars on your page, you go ahead and get for every 1,000 views, X amount of dollars. Some industries pay you a little bit more, other industries pay you a little bit less. So that's kind of the easiest approach. It's the easiest one to go ahead and kind of get started with. The second way to go ahead and monetize your blog is to go ahead and sell a product or service. So selling your own product or service is probably the opposite spectrum. It's one of the most difficult ways to monetize your blog, because there's a lot of creation process, whether you write an ebook, whether you go ahead and create a video course, whether you build a membership platform out and you have recurring members. There's all kinds of different ways, but anything that it's your own, that's under your control, this would be considered kind of selling your own product or service. Now, the third way is kind of in between that, and that would be selling someone else's product or service. And by selling someone else's product or service, you go ahead and get a cut or commission. Many people know this as affiliate income. So that's kind of a great starting point to go ahead and make a little bit more per sale, especially if you don't have your own product or service. So you can go ahead and make a little bit more per sale rather than getting paid for advertisements. Because with advertisements, you need a huge amount of traffic. When it comes to selling your own product, you need to go ahead and put a lot of legwork into it and have a production line, I guess you could say. And the third way is if you sell someone else's product, it's a good way to test your own product or service to see if that's even going to pan out or work. It's kind of an in-between way where you don't have to create the product, but you still get a cut of the sale. So those are kind of the 3 ways, and anything else that you kind of think of it fits into one of these methods. So if we go ahead and kind of just take a look at these 3 methods. If you think about anything else, if you want to go ahead and sell an ebook, so let's think about it. If I go ahead and have an ebook, well, where is that? Is that my own product, or am I getting a percentage of that product? So where does that fit in? If I go ahead and promote, let's say, a plugin for a website, where is that? Well, is it my own? Plugin would be here, selling my own product, or if it's someone else's, and you get a cut, then it would go under someone else's product. So that's what's really happening, is that if you're looking for a way to monetize your blog and make money, it's really only these 3 ways: 1, 2, and 3. And everything else kind of stems in between or in these sections. So no matter what you're doing, you're going to be in one of these sections. And that's really the way that money is made online. So don't overcomplicate it. From going here forward, it's like if you're doing, let's say, coaching, one-on-one coaching, well, that's one-on-one, that's yours. But if you're selling someone else's, well, then that would be you're getting an affiliate. So it goes to someone else's. So it all fits into these 3 sections. So that's what I want to share with you today, is that you don't want to overcomplicate it, because a lot of people, they do overcomplicate these things. Keep it kind of simple. And from there, you can really stem things out. Do you want to, spend a lot of legwork creating your own product? If you've never done it before, try selling someone else's product first. And if you can't sell that, well, in that case, why are you going to waste your time creating your own product? If you can't get the traffic and make a little bit of money from the sponsorships, well, or advertisements, well, then you probably won't be able to sell your own product because you don't even have the traffic. So there's a lot of different pros and cons to doing one or the other. I'd say the easiest is the advertising or sponsorships, because you need traffic. Once you have some traffic, you probably are building a newsletter list, a client list, a customer list, a visitor list. Then you might be able to also market and target some larger products, selling someone else's product, but you don't have to put the legwork in. Granted, you might only make 10%, 20%, 50% of the sale. You're not making, you're not controlling the price as well, but you're making some healthy revenue from another larger product that you don't have to make. And the third way is if you have a production or you are able to sell your own product, you've created something, that's when you can really control and dictate things because you have your own pricing. You can upsell things if you have multiple products, bundle things together, and that's really where the power is, because now you're bringing in the full amount of the sale or purchase price. So those are the three ways, as you go ahead and explore and expand your business. Think about where you fit in, where you're at in your blog journey, but think about growing and stepping things up further to the next step each and every single time. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to go ahead and grab some freebies that I have on my website by clicking the link over here. You could also check out some other great videos or subscribe to the channel. Thanks again, and I will see you next time.